President Donald Trump on a Twitter frenzy this morning and over the weekend following the House Democrats' announcement of a formal impeachment inquiry last week. The president tweeting earlier this morning that the whistleblower's complaint is fake and fraud. Trump also saying that Representative Adam Schiff illegally made up a fake, terrible statement calling it treason. Joining us on the couch to break all of this down is our very own Kristin Myers. Kristin, there's a lot of accusations coming from the president over the weekend. What's going on here? Yeah, so essentially what you heard was last week, right, we get this formal impeachment inquiry, and then the head of the House Intelligence Committee, Adam Schiff, who House Speaker Nancy Pelosi essentially directed to be in charge of this impeachment inquiry, went out and then read essentially his version of the whistleblower's complaint. And that is the part that the president is really taking issue with. He's saying that when he read that out, it was a fake and it was a fraud, although he pretty much did stick to script. So now he's accusing him of treason, which is essentially like the worst crime you can be committed of in the United States. I do want to point out, however, that based on the laws of treason, you have to essentially be found to be levying war against the United States if you are a citizen, or aiding and abetting a foreign enemy, of which I don't believe Adam Schiff is doing either of those things. So treason is a little bit of a ridiculous charge to levy against the congressman. But what we are essentially going to be seeing is the whistleblower. Right now, Congress wants to hear his testimony. We know it's a him. The New York Times did out him as a member of the CIA, and that was confirmed. And right now, what they're doing is they're waiting for the whistleblower's attorneys to get the security clearances so that the whistleblower can go into Congress and sit behind closed doors in a secure room and give his full, unfiltered testimony. That's what Adam Schiff said over the weekend.
Kristin, I think that's interesting, just the security behind all of this. There are reports that there are possible bounties being offered for the identity for this person. So how do members of Congress protect the identity? Do you know, did you get any insight into the process there?
Right. That's a really good question because I think it's going to be incredibly difficult. So to that point about bounties, I've seen offers of $50,000 was a bounty that they are saying was being placed on this whistleblower. I mean, you're hearing the president himself coming out and saying, I have the right to face my accuser, being the whistleblower and anyone that might have passed along that information to his complaint. Now, to your point about the security issue, so any testimony that he gives, again, has to be behind closed doors in a secure room. They're called skiffs. The problem here is bringing him in and out of Congress is going to be difficult. Think of all of the reporters that are just milling around and waiting to see who this person is. How many members of Congress, though I doubt any Congress member would ever out the whistleblower. But considering where we are, the times that we're in right now, it's not beyond the pale to think that we might hear from the president tweeting out something about the whistleblower.
I mean, and the tirade from this weekend actually even caught the attention of some within the GOP. It was interesting to see Adam Kinzinger, I believe from Illinois, he's a Republican, take issue with the way that President Trump characterized what's going on as maybe starting a civil war, saying, I've been to countries that have been in civil war. This is not it.
No, I think that's a really great point because the president seems, I don't know if the president has skipped out on a basic civics course or social studies class, but there is checks and balances for a reason. Congress has a right, if they believe that the president has done something wrong, to bring up impeachment charges and to start this impeachment inquiry. Even the whistleblower themselves, you know, we heard last week in the testimony from Joseph McGuire, he said the whistleblower followed through to the letter of the law, bringing forth this complaint. And frankly, they found it credible. So to accuse him or anyone that might have participated in this complaint as treasonous or as spies is a little bit beyond the pale. And I think what a lot of these Congress members are saying is it's beyond the pale for the president of the United States to possibly engage in witness intimidation and accuse someone of treason when they're just doing, when they're following the law and just doing what they believe to be right. Thanks, Kristin, for breaking that down. Of course.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.